Sadly, type 1 diabetes currently has no cure, but the people behind JDRF and Bashas are teaming up to bring awareness and hope surrounding this disease. Today we have Corrine and Ashley here to tell us how you can get involved and help. Welcome, ladies. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So I want to get started by talking about type 1 diabetes, because we were talking a little bit about this before the show, that I think a lot of people confuse it or maybe don't know what it is. They think it's the same as type 2 diabetes. So can you just give us some more information about it?
Sure. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. So unlike type 2, it does not have anything to do with diet or lifestyle. And it also afflicts all ages. And it comes on suddenly, and there is, like you said, no cure, and JDRF is doing a lot of research towards trying to come up with a cure. So,
well, we're looking forward to that day that there is a cure. That will be great. And Corrine, you recently just shared with me that your son suffers with type 1, is that correct?
Yes, Michael was diagnosed when he was 8 years old. He's a healthy 25-year-old right now. But yes, he has lived with the disease now for almost 17 years. My sister was diagnosed over 40 years ago, and she's still living with the disease. So a lot of reason to get this research funded and get a cure.
Absolutely. And thankfully there are ways that you can manage it and live with it and have a really active, healthy, happy lifestyle even through it. But we're looking forward to the day that we have that cure and people don't have to live with it at all. So Ashley, tell me a little bit about the partnership with JDRF and Bashas.
Yeah, so JDRF and Bashas have been partners for decades. And we are all about supporting and providing awareness and education about type 1. And all of our Bashas and Bashas Diné Markets across Arizona are accepting donations right at our pin pad. So we make it super easy anytime throughout the month when you're at one of our Bashas or Bashas Diné Markets. Just go ahead and make a donation if you can. I think every penny matters, even if you think that you don't have enough to give to make an impact. If we all do a little, we can do a lot together. And so I think that's really what this partnership is about. We were talking earlier before also just the fact that there is an onset of type 1 with all ages. It can be really scary for parents. It can be really scary for families. And JDRF has not only supports research, but they support education and community to help guide those families for the newly diagnosed and through their lifetime.
I love this partnership. I love what you're doing because you're bringing awareness, like you said, for those of us out there who maybe we haven't quite experienced it. I was sharing with you earlier that two of my brother-in-laws actually both suffer from this, and I didn't have that much experience with this before. I didn't really know the difference between type 1 and type 2. And there might be some people out there thinking, well, why don't you just eat healthier? Why don't you just change your lifestyle? That's not what this is about. So, Ashley, really quickly, I want you to tell us what the Diné Markets are, because I didn't know what these were myself.
Yeah, so the Diné Markets are up on the Navajo Nation. We have 9 stores up on the Navajo Nation, and it's just a very special, unique format. It services and provides unique items specific to that population. So they're within our family of stores, and they are participating in this partnership.
So nice and easy for if you're shopping at any Bashas, you just press the button when you're checking out, boom, and you're done.
We
and like
make
you said,
it very easy.
Any amount helps, even if it's a couple cents, even if you're rounding up on the dollar. It's going to help.
Yes, our prompts, you'll have an option for 1, 5, or 15. That's kind of like our norm. But if you feel inclined to donate 100, 1,000, whatever the amount is, if you can, absolutely our cashiers can change and adjust that amount for you. And all of the dollars that we raise are going to support JDRF and Tucson Medical Center throughout the month of March. So a long-term partnership that we're just very proud and honored to be a part of, and then we'll be at the walk as well.
Great. Really quickly, tell me about the walk.
Sure. So April 20th, we are sponsoring a walk with Bashas' help. We usually expect close to 5,000 people. It's a wonderful way to get the community together and to support the research and the camaraderie, the outreach for the disease.
And I'll bet that's a great time for people who are walking through this in their everyday lives to come together, feel the support, feel the love, and just be there with other people who really understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't feel
Great.
alone for those families,
Yes, that's
especially
so
if they're newly
important.
diagnosed. It's really scary. The fact that there's no lifestyle or health attribute that causes type 1, I mean, it can happen to anyone. And
Yeah.
so when you're walking alongside someone who's had that shared experience, it really helps encourages and keeps folks moving forward.
That's great. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much. Like they were saying, throughout the month of March, the information is there on your screen. Thank you for being here, ladies.